Charlton Athletic fan threatened with having his season ticket withheld unless he signed a contract preventing him from making derogatory comments about the club. Says he's had enough of the way that he and his fellow supporters are being treated.
The man, who's been involved in protests against the way the club's being run under owner Roland Duchâtelet, received a letter last week stating that unless he signed an agreed behavioural contract governing what he said about Charlton, he wouldn't receive the ticket. The incident's caused a fan backlash on social media, as Alex Bushell reports.
Charlton Athletic isn't a happy place right now. Protests against the Belgian owner, Roland Duchâtelet, have included a mock funeral and balls and balloons being thrown onto the pitch. A new season now, a new start then? Not quite. Now, any die-hard fan would do anything for their club, but would you sign one of these, an agreed behavioural contract? This is the exact letter Charlton sent to one fan after he posted his anger at the club's owner and chief executive. It threatens to withhold his season ticket unless he signs that rather curiously named agreed behavioural contract and guarantees he won't post derogatory or inflammatory comments about the club.
We used to be seen as a role model to other clubs, but now I think we're seen as a bit of a joke.
Dave Lockwood has been the pitchside announcer here at the Valley for the last 24 seasons until he recently resigned in protest. He knows the fan involved and saw his tweets, which have since been deleted. While they did contain swear words, he says it's nothing more than you'd expect from a passionate but law-abiding fan. In short, nothing inciting hatred or violence.
It was a sledgehammer to crack a walnut. It was bully boy tactics, it felt like. OK, it's only one letter, but for a football club to do that to a fan, what do they think is going to happen? It's gone viral today on Twitter, on social media, on Facebook. Everybody's tweeting it, and it's only, again, showing the club in a bad light.
And would this contract even be binding, given every fan's right to freedom of expression? We asked a partner at a leading law firm. This was his blunt assessment.
I think it's highly unlikely that this contract would stand up in court. It looks like a botched attempt at ensuring compliance from somebody who's saying things that are unwelcome from a club's perspective.
No one from the club was available for comment today. Instead, they released a statement in which they said this was a specific set of circumstances relevant to only one individual. That's why he received the letter, and that's because he was posting abusive and foul messages on social media, the official accounts of Charlton Athletic, as well as being abusive on match days here at the stadium as well. The club says as he apologised, the contract wasn't needed and the season ticket was released. Better together, certainly, but this is yet another example of distrust and discord down at the Valley. Alex Bushell, BBC South East Today.
Well, our reporter Neil Bell is at Charlton Stadium, the Valley now. And Neil, what have fans there been saying to you about this today?
Well, basically they're disappointed, dismayed, but not really all that surprised. Not everyone has sympathy for this particular supporter, but many feel this is the latest example of the heavy-handed and inappropriate way that the club has treated supporters over the last 3 years. Of course, since Roland Duchâtelet took over here, things have gone from bad to worse, both off and on the pitch. There will be many thousands of supporters here tomorrow for their first home game of the season. Many of them, of course, from Kent and Sussex, hoping that new manager, British manager Russell Slade, will do well. And they have said there will not be disturbances during the game inside the pitch. There could still be protests, though, out here both before and after, and that goodwill won't last for too long. It's worth remembering that just over a decade ago, Charlton were a prosperous Premier League side under Alan Curbishley. Those days now seem a long, long way away.
Thanks, Neil.